going to be late.
Be missing?
I really don't understand this.
Yeah, it's missing.
Ria?
Reason an apology.
There's only risk and assurance, isn't there?
Yeah.
Reason an apology.
Yeah, no, I'm just wondering what else is missing. I'm trying
I'll let you know. Welcome. So in terms of live streaming, I understand that Ria will be joining by Zoom. Bruce will be joining by Zoom, hence I'm chairing this, but he is delayed with some issues in Wellington at the moment. And I understand that Grant is going to be 15 minutes late. Are there any other apologies? Oh, no. Thank you. The other point sorry. I'll move those apologies be accepted. Could I have a seconder, please?
Second.
Thank you, Tom. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against, abstentions carried. Thank you. The other point of note is that there are councillors here that are not members of this committee. We have had a precedent in the past that though all councillors present can vote, so with the committee's permission I would suggest that all councillors be able to vote that are present.
I'll second the move.
Thank you. Declarations of interest. Nobby has raised with me that he does have a conflict of interest and that he would like to make a statement in public excluded and then will retire from the meeting. Are there any other conflicts that anyone wishes to note at this point in time? Bobby.
Just on the issue of non-members voting, and that's new to me. And so in our recent meetings within the last week, we've had examples where people have put their hand up to nominate a motion or second it and been told they can't because they're not a member of the committee. So it's a bit new to me. I'm not trying to roadblock the process, but this is a very sensitive issue, and I think if you start opening the door to people being present that can vote who are not on the committee, that opens a bit of a Pandora's box.
Yeah, I would say going along with the mayor, that would be inconsistent with our governance statement, what we have, and we'd need to, I don't know what we need to do to correct it, but at the moment our governance statement states only those on the committee. I'm
willing to be corrected as just as at this committee previously we have allowed it, so.
It was if the, I was under the understanding it was if the committee passes as such.
So our general practice has been that if you're not on the committee, you're not entitled to vote or move a resolution, and that's what we've been doing. But Ross, Mr. Chair, is quite correct. This committee has in the past done, essentially as Councillor Cricket has suggested, if you're strictly adhering to standing orders, then only those members of this committee would be able to vote.
Tom.
I think clearly this matter that we'll consider during PE is a matter which is of very general interest to all councillors, rather than only committee members. I don't think committee members have got a particular interest beyond the interest that other councillors have. For that reason, I would support having all councillors able to vote. I don't feel really strongly about it, but I mean, I think if we found that there was only a relatively small number of us who could vote, then it really would be tough to go to main council to discuss. Too important an issue to be decided by 3 or 4 people, in my view.
So, following on from that, why is this coming to this committee and not to full council? Why is it not an extraordinary meeting of council? And that would include.
I can't answer that.
That would include everybody, and the deal is done.
Well, through yourself, Chair, this is this report has been raised by the Chair of Risk and Assurance, as this is been deemed a risk issue as associated from that perspective. So, as that is what it is being classified as would fit the criteria being within the Risk and Assurance Committee, fits within the remit of that. It will end up from that perspective, from a committee side, going back to council regardless, because all committee papers do end up going through council, so it will go back to council. And also through yourself, Chair, I just want to clarify in relation to the voting, that is quite right in relation to the standard voting of any committee is restricted to those committee meetings and can only be deviated from being voted at the time to actually change that voting for a particular paper of those at the meeting, and that's part of the standing orders, and that has to be a motion which has been done to actually change that for the particular.
Was that advertised to all of our members that they knew that if they did come along they could vote? Because obviously, was that advertised, that fact?
Not to my knowledge, that was not
Because
advertised from my
obviously
perspective.
those here now know, but those who may not be here say, well, why, you know, I'm not a committee member, why would I come? If they haven't been told, then I feel that is...
Through yourself, Chair, I just want to clarify that's the decision of the Chair, not through staff recommendations from that perspective, so the Chair can make that as part of the meeting, if they so desired.
Okay.
Leslie.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. It seems to me we've canvassed this issue quite well. There's a motion on the table. I'm going to move that the motion be put to a vote.
Which motion, Leslie?
The motion that you moved,
Okay.
or the chair and you moved and seconded, that voting be allowed to all parties. It's quite clear if the committee votes that way, then we allow that vote to be widened. It has happened before on this committee, I do remember that, and I see no reason why that motion shouldn't be put to the vote.
I think that's the easiest way to clarify.
So, point of order, Chair. So that means that the current members of the committee are the ones that vote on whether it's widened out.
That's right.
Correct.
Yes,
Yep. Thank
they're
you.
the ones who can.
The motion has been. Sorry. Yeah.
Ria's up there.
Oh, Ria. Sorry.
Hi, sorry about this. Am I to understand not there physically? I can't partake in the vote.
Understanding orders, you can vote.
If it's passed.
Yes.
Yes, I can. Sorry, and I didn't hear the motion. Sorry.
The motion is that all members present, all councillors, are able to vote.
Sorry, Chair, just before that, Alex had her hand up. Have you? You've not?
No, I was. It's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you, though.
So it's been moved and seconded. I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against?
I'm just abstaining.
Can I have my vote recorded? I'm not happy with this and I'll be following it up. Thank you.
Thanks. Bruce is waiting. Thanks. Could I please have a move from the chair that we now move to public excluded? Have a second, please.
Second.
Thank you, Leslie. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against, abstention, carried. Thank you.